Experts estimate that over 70% of the population suffer from imposter syndrome, including people like Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, Barbara Corcoran, and Howard Schultz, founder of Starbucks. Do you think you can't be a content creator because you're not qualified, could never put yourself out there, and no one would want to listen to what you have to say? You're probably wrong on all three counts, and you've got lots of company.
Albert Einstein famously said, "The exaggerated esteem in which my life work is held makes me feel very ill at ease. I feel compelled to think of myself as an involuntary swindler." That's Albert Einstein we're talking about. We're going to take a look at this phenomenon known as imposter syndrome today, what it is, how prevalent it is, and most importantly, how you can get rid of it and be the confident self your abilities really dictate. I've got quotes and mentions from about a dozen other successful people sprinkled throughout this talk who all suffer from the same affliction of imposter syndrome. Make sure you stick around until the end when we discuss the one really simple tactic that will help you get rid of these self-doubts. How can you get rid of that feeling? Keeping it from stopping you from achieving all that you are capable of. Step one, acknowledge that you have the problem. Comedian Tina Fey from Saturday Night Live said in a longer quote on the topic, "I'm a fraud. Oh God, they're on to me. I'm a fraud." Anytime you start thinking that, recognize your feelings of inadequacy for exactly what they are. Imposter syndrome. You do belong there. Your opinion matters. Step two, consciously realize you have tons of company. Sheryl Sandberg says that every time she took a test, when she was at Harvard no less, she was certain she had flunked, and she certainly hadn't. Lady Gaga says, "I still sometimes feel like a loser kid in high school, and I just have to pick myself up and tell myself that I'm a superstar every morning so I can get through the day and be what my fans need to be." So remember, you're a superstar. Step number three, stop trying to be a perfectionist. You can't be an expert at everything. I was at a conference for publishers a few years ago, and the question came up about when it was okay to release a new newsletter. Did it have to be 100% perfect? Now, the speaker was the CEO of a very large publishing company, and his answer was short and to the point. He said, "No." Well, how close to perfect does it have to be? The questioner wanted to know. Now, I was sitting there feeling pretty proud of myself as I thought 95%. I'd let it go when I thought it was 95% of where I wanted it to be or where I thought it would ultimately be, and that I could tweak it a little bit as time went on based on audience reaction. 80%, he responded, and the whole audience gasped, not just me. But you know what? He had learned that you could get further along by not being a perfectionist about everything. Now, I'm sure I'll never get to the 80% level, but I'm working on it. Step number four, when you're in imposter syndrome mode, analyze how you are feeling. When you say you're not qualified to apply for a job, or you shouldn't be in a meeting, or are you simply afraid, or are you being modest? There's no need to be modest when the conversation is going on all in your head. If it's fear talking, then remind yourself of your successes. Howard Schultz, founder of Starbucks, said in a New York Times interview, "Very few people, whether you've been in that job before or not, get into the seat and believe that they are now qualified to be CEO. They're not going to tell you that, but it's true," he said. So that's at the CEO level. Step five, talk about it with someone you trust. Not someone who always sees the negatives, but someone you respect and someone who will help build your confidence. So while your family may think you're great, and they may be always telling you how wonderful you are, if they don't know what your work situation is, they may not be the best to help you with this. Arianna Huffington says it's much better than I could. She says, "The greatest obstacle for me has been that voice in my head that I call my obnoxious roommate. I wish someone would invent a tape recorder that we could attach to our brains to record everything we tell ourselves. We would realize how important it is to stop this negative self-talk. It means pushing back against that obnoxious roommate with a dose of wisdom." Now, you may remember, Arianna Huffington founded the Huffington Post, which was sold for $315 million. Step six, be brave. When a new opportunity presents itself, don't let fear get in the way. Say yes. Jump in with both feet, even if there are parts of it you are unsure of. A number of years ago, I was invited to be on a board. A good friend of mine asked me, did I know what to do, because she didn't know. I said, no, not exactly. But in the beginning, I'll just sit there and be quiet, watch what everyone else is doing. and that's what I did. Although sitting there being quiet probably didn't last more than 15 minutes. It wasn't difficult at all. But the unknown always seems unsurmountable, and often a little bit of knowledge goes a really long way.
Now that I've convinced you you're not an imposter and given you the steps to quell that little voice in your head that periodically tells you you're just not good enough, it's time to hone your content creation skills to reap as much as you can from your efforts. Be brave and spread your wings. Look for ways to create multiple pieces of content from one piece. Click on the link that has appeared on your YouTube screen and is in the description to learn how. Good luck.